I don't know who gave it to me, because it was banned in Ireland, you see, and somebody must have been in England just when it was unbanned in the 1960s, the early 1960s, I think it was banned, and they must have given me a copy. And so I got my two friends down to my office. All our offices closed at 5 o'clock, and my boss was away, I thought. And so I said, you can come round to me, and I locked the door at 5 o'clock so nobody can come in. I was the only one in the office. So the two of them came round, and I'd already I selected a few pages, but I could show them some of the juicy bits. This was what all the fuss was about, you know. So the two girls came in, and we were going through all these pages and looking at and having great fun, just laughing at what it was all about, because none of us had read the complete book at all. And then a key went in the lock. My boss was trying to get in there. I locked him out. So they had to quickly get up and pretend they were on the outside of the counter, not on the inside. And I had to go and knock him in and say, oh, sorry, we were finishing up and my friends just called for me to take me home, and hid the book quickly so he couldn't see it. And that was it, really. That was it, yeah. It was shocking, yes, because, I mean, and at that time, particularly in Ireland, I mean, you couldn't even get Edna O'Brien's books. Now they're pretty harmless, really, but she was banned all the time. I live in Ireland. You couldn't buy her books there because she dared to mention sex and give fairly anodyne descriptions of what went on, but nothing like what you would get now, you know. Probably, I remember one of her phrases used to make me laugh. She used to say, "And then he touched her down there." So we all knew what down there meant, but she never mentioned it anymore. And that was quite funny. But she was banned, even for being that careful, she was still banned in Ireland.
It's amazing. What do you think they were scared of?
Well, it was very much, of course, a Catholic country, and sex was something you didn't mention and didn't talk about, and, you know, and you know, the idea of actually, you know, getting into bed with a man was, oh dear, mortal sin, you know. You better not die before you get to confession, or you'll never get there, you know, you never get to heaven.
Yeah. What do you think that Brigid kind of ushering in her friends into the shop would think now of some of the books you've read in the past 60 years?
Oh, well, I think we would just have a laugh about it, really, you know, because nobody cares anymore, really, do they? I mean, for example, I happened to tune in on a program on television last night, In the Thick of It, which was running several years ago, but it was being repeated on a program, and somebody else was with me. And we just couldn't help laughing at the number of times in one sentence he used the F word. Now, when I was a young teenager, I had a friend, he was actually my husband's brother, and I know he wanted to go out with me, and we were very friendly. But I couldn't go out with him because I used to always say that he would put an F word in the middle of an F word if it were possible, because he used to swear so much and I couldn't stand it, you know. And that's the way we were brought up then, you see. I mean, there's no way I would have ever used the F word then. I would use it now, but I wouldn't have used it then, you know. But now it's sort of commonplace, isn't it? You know?